We are always counting down the seconds whenever we go live, and we are now live. Hello, Islanders. I hope you've had a good weekend. I hope especially you've had a good Sunday, that you've got a lot done during the day. A lot of you have been waiting. We appreciate you waiting patiently, and here we are on a Sunday night. I know a lot of you are going to say hello. Notifications just went out to those who are subscribed and who have rang the bell to receive those notifications. Hopefully, several Islanders hop on tonight and say hello so we can catch up and discuss different things with cruising. A lot of you are already on. Let me know here. I'm using some new features here, some new hardware, honestly, using my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 for my video. I've also got my microphone hooked up as well. So let me know if you can see me and if you can hear me. If not, we'll revert back to some of the things that we've always used. If you can hear me and see me, we will go on. I'm glad that you're here tonight. It's been a busy week, one of my busiest weeks, and honestly, one of my busiest times of year. We're finally through it. Baseball season has been here, and I'm coaching both Beckett and Jackson's team. It's been so busy. Of course, we stay busy with work and with island time and creating content and helping others book and manage their cruises. It's been busy, so I'm glad we have some time tonight to catch up and relax and all that good stuff. Let's see. Audio and video look good. Leo Tito says, I appreciate that very much. Fireball Steve, it's great to see you. Lalila is here. Mr. Manuel is here as well. Matthew, hello. Bill from Wimstargant Adventures, hello. Nadine and Otis and Jen, hello. It's great to see you here tonight. Alex, it's great to see you. You just got off of the Jubilee this morning. You had a fantastic week. I know you have a lot to share. He had a great week, a great cruise with his grandparents. Got some access to the crew areas. We have enjoyed your content, Alex. Hope that you had a great cruise, and I can't wait to talk to you this week and catch up. Tara, hello. Firenze. We're going to talk about the Firenze and some of our happenings and our events and everything we got to see. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Honestly, my expectations were pretty high. I knew what the Firenze was going to look like. I have sailed on the Venezia, but she blew those expectations out of the water, as did Long Beach. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. Britt, hello. Mary and April, hello. Would you say Firenze is very much similar to Venezia? Almost spot on, just some small differences, but the ship itself and the layout and most of the venues and the decor, it is almost spot on, which is a good thing. If you have sailed the Venezia, you know that is a good thing. Dawn, hello from Florida. Frankie, hello. Jason and Crystal, hello. Glenn as well. Did you get my video? Glenn, you have to tell me if that was through email or through Facebook Messenger. We've been catching up. I have. Amanda's kept us pretty caught up, but I don't. A video's not ringing a bell per se right now. Kevin, it's great to see you from Florida as well. It's great to see you here tonight. Jay, low key, hello, Pam. Ember, hello. Danny, again, hello. We're about to enter the summer cruising season. Some people are excited because they cruise during the summer. Some people don't like that time of year because they cruise other times of year. And the families and kids are out of school, so they avoid the summer at whatever cost. But we're about to enter into a very busy time of year when it comes to cruising. We have cruises booked. Do you guys have cruises booked when it comes to June, July, and August? Do you have cruises booked? Let us know. I know many of you do. There's a big group cruise. Ember is hosting. Lido Tito is on there, and many, many others. July the 13th on the Jubilee. It's going to be here pretty quick. It really is. But many of you are cruising. But before that, I wanted to mention this because I'm already seeing this. I saw it this week. Spring break season is over. It is officially over. We have this gap between spring break season and summer season. Empty nesters, thank you so much for that super chat. We appreciate that so much. The first one of the night, and you call out 54 days until the horizon, one of our favorite ships. We appreciate that super chat so much tonight, kicking us off right, helping us pay for that trip to California. Appreciate that very much. I wanted to mention this, though, and I'll get back to the comments here in just a second. Be sure if you're joining us and you have a comment to leave your thoughts. Don't just watch me. You guys do that during the week. This is a time we interact. You can ask your questions. You can share your thoughts, your advice, things that you've seen, things that you've done, things you want to pass along, things that you wonder about. Put it all in the comment section. It's likely that someone else will see it before I do, that they will respond before I do. That is okay. I'll do my best to see it. And there will be several new people who hop on tonight. Let us know that you're new. I'll try to give you a shout out most definitely. But I wanted to start the show with this. If your schedule is open and you are flexible, I've seen some great pricing between now and the last week really of May. That's the Memorial Day weekend where a lot of schools get out across the country about that time. So if your schedule is flexible, check your offers. No matter your cruise line, I've seen this on Carnival, I've seen this on Royal, MSC. Check your offers. Some of you may be able to take a last-minute cruise and take advantage of some pricing. And listen, the ships are still going to be full. Don't get me wrong, but I've seen some price compression here in the last at least week. So take a look at that, and we'll see that again when summer ends as we get into September. Really, last week of August and September and October, we'll see that same thing. So. Let's see. We've had several others hop on here, so let's catch up. Rick, it's great to see you, of course. And Rick is one of those that skips the summer months. A lot of people do it. They don't want the families. They don't want the kids. They don't want the ships at their largest capacity. But we still cruise during that time. We have to. Amanda being out of school, of course. Bless Natty, hello. Book for August. The Magic. You're going to have a blast on the Magic. We went on Firenze. I'm telling you, it's unreal. It really is. Norma, thank you for helping us get our cruise set up, of course, for November. That is Mike and Norma here from Arkansas. You are most welcome. That's going to be a great trip. It really is. And you guys got a fantastic deal on that balcony. I was saying November. If your schedule is flexible between now and summer, last week of August, September, and first 2 weeks of October, look, and then Halloween goes back up. Then it goes back down before Thanksgiving. Take a look. I've seen price compression. So is Firenze only doing short cruises next year? Yeah, it's neat what they're doing with her. She's on a 7-day right now, her inaugural selling, but she will do short cruises. They're trying to reach the LA market as best as they can. They think they can do that by offering these shorter cruises, the opportunity for people to work on board the ship. The ship has a more luxury feel than the Radiance, although the Radiance is beautiful, and the Panorama. They think they can get that LA crowd. I know that whenever I landed at LAX and I got to my hotel in Long Beach, just that section, it was a 30-minute drive. I rented a car. There were houses and condos and stuff everywhere. And I looked up how many people lived in that section. 20 million people live in that stretch in Southern California. In Carnival, and I spoke with a lot of the Carnival executives, are trying to reach these 20 million people. How can we get them to cruise? Carnival Cruise Line is the leading cruise line on the West Coast, and they're doing everything they can. Here in just a little bit, we'll talk more about the Firenze. We will talk about meeting John Hild for the first time in person. Some of you guys, the history with us and John Hild. John Hild sometimes isn't the biggest advocate, proponent of YouTubers, but I will share my interaction, meeting John Hild, the conversation that we had here in probably about 10 minutes. Okay, so you want to hear this, I promise you. Let's get back here so I can say hello to several of you who have joined. Headed to Alaska May 9th and again June the 6th. Of course, Alex just got off the Jubilee, going to Alaska. It's unbeatable. Alaska season has kicked off, and it's about to really ramp up. It's underway for many cruise lines, but not all ships are there yet. It will be very, very soon. Yeah, Jason, going to May 25th and July in Alaska. Absolutely. Is Firenze only doing short cruises? Yes, I answered that. Jason, yes. Jen, let's see. I got way behind. I'm sorry, guys. We are doing great. Countdown to the Jubilee, 25 days. Unbelievable. Gonna have a fantastic time, of course. Coach, it's great to see you on here as well. Some great content, great little draft that he did last Tuesday night. That was really cool. Michelle is here as well. Will G, 26 days until the horizon. Will G knows that I like the horizon. We've been on there. Usnavi, of course, like I said. Robert, hello from Birmingham, Alabama. Lisa, 30 days until the Spirit to Alaska. The Spirit, one of the Carnival Cruise Line's highest rated ships. She's in Mobile part of the year. She does Alaska part of the year. People love the spirit. Yep. Yeah, I've got mulch I'm putting down. So listening along, coach, I've got 70 bags of mulch outside. I need to do the same thing. We've been planting flowers the last couple of weeks, but I need to get that mulch down and I need to get pavers down as well. So enjoy the show listening to us. That was through email. It was a video. Yes, Glenn. Yes. Ding, ding, ding. You said old fashioned, and that got me. Yes, I saw that video. Absolutely. Ted, hello. Absolutely. It's great to see you here tonight. Christy will be on the celebration next Sunday. Firenze in November. Perfect. Voyager is leaving Galveston, as Rick points out. She is leaving Galveston for the Mediterranean. Mariner of the Seas will be here starting May the 6th. You're starting to see both Royal and Carnival do some shuffling of the ships. All the announcements have been made, of course. Now some of those are taking place as different seasons begin and end. Those ships move around. Which room did we have on the Firenze? Lalia, we actually did not stay on board. Stay overnight on the Firenze. We were on the Firenze for, I don't even know, 30 hours this week. Never slept on the Firenze. We were offered to sleep on the Firenze. I turned it down. I will tell you why in just a few minutes. We have so much to discuss. It's going to be fun. 75 days. Michelle says it's going to fly by. It will. Yep. They will get the LA, Vegas, and Arizona crowd. That is good. I think so. With what they've done, I think so. I just got off a Norwegian breakaway, Tim says. It was better than Carnival, but don't tell Christine and John. Interesting. Norwegian Cruise Line. They are being ultra aggressive with their pricing. Of course, they have the free at sea. When you book, you can include free drinks, free Wi-Fi, free specialty dining, free shore excursions, free internet. It's free. There's some charges there, but it's still a great deal. Norwegian's being aggressive. That's why we're selling Norwegian Lido Tito, Amber Patrick, Usnavi. A lot of us are selling Norwegian on the getaway November 24th, Thanksgiving week. The pricing is still spectacular. Mark is going to us. I think I saw Mark here. Yeah, so take a look at that. Norwegian is, as Tim says, really making a play for the market share, as is MSC as well. MSC, we'll be on the MSC World America next April, I guess it is. And so we got that invitation. Russ, my wife and I cruise in Europe in the summer. That's what we're doing in July, actually, this year. We did that last year as well. It is a little more expensive going to Iceland and Greenland. That will be unbelievable, again, on Norwegian. Let me share this with you. A lot of you know that we went to Europe last May, and did the Transatlantic on the Venezia from Barcelona. This year, we're going back to Europe. We're flying into Rome. We're taking the brand new Sun Princess, an XL class ship that holds 3,700 passengers instead of 6,500 passengers, but she's the same size. We're taking her from Rome to Athens, Greece. You would be surprised if I told you and shared with you, and I don't mind doing so, the price that we paid. It was a fraction more than a Caribbean cruise for the summer. What cruise lines do by partnering with airlines is unreal. You would think that our flights and our tickets to fly both ways would be astronomical, but I think we're flying to Rome for $400. We're flying from Athens, Greece for just under $400 per person. If you are looking to cruise in Europe, let's look at it now for next year, next summer. The summertime is actually a great time to cruise in Europe, and there's so many options, including cruise lines you already cruise with Carnival and Royal and Norwegian and MSC, Princess, but there's others as well. If you've ever thought about it, really think about it and let's look at it. Amanda and I have been to Europe, I think 8 times now. This will be the 9th time we've been to Europe. We've only cruised 2 of those times. The other times we've traveled through Europe. So we can help you. No matter where you're going, you're leaving from, we can help you make sure you have a great trip and you can experience something different for only a little bit more money. So think about that as well. Al, hello. It's good to see you. Keep doing your thing. You're killing it. I appreciate that so much. It's work, right? It's a grind, 16 to 20 hours a day. No lie. Those are the hours I work 7 days a week across everything we do. And so maybe here in the next year, we will cut back on that. Amanda, hopefully, maybe can leave her job within the next year. So she doesn't want to, but she needs to. Yep. We are starting to get our ducks ready, Norma says, and that's always fun to have those ducks. So many people love that. They really do. I just got back off of Venezia, 12 days. Stephen says, Stephen, I've got some text messages from you that I've got to catch up on, and I will do that as well. I saw something about your check-in, and then I saw David, of course. I miss David. I wish that I could cruise with him. But I hope you had good on Venezia, and I hope the casino and David was good to you on the Venezia. I'll look at that after the show tonight. I've caught up a lot on everything today. I've done a few 4-night cruises, Alex says, at a Long Beach, and I'll say this. I sure hope they don't tear up the Firenze like I've seen. I've heard a lot of people say that those 4-day cruises on the Radiance right now, they're what you would expect on a Carnival 4-day cruise, right? They're having fun. There's a lot of the drinks are free flowing. People are dancing. I've heard that the ship is awake and alive until 2 or 3 in the morning. So yeah, hopefully with the extra elegance and the amount of artwork and statues and marble, you're right. I hope they don't do that. Let's see, our last minute deal and promo was April 2022, Danny says. Yeah, gambled just a little bit. You guys probably remember that my sister and her husband sailed with us in March. And my sister played just a little bit, but my brother-in-law played. He played not very much. I think he played about $120. I think he had 300 and something points. No lie. He played slots. I saw the machine. 300 and something points is all he had. That's not many. You have to have 1,500 to get free drinks. You have to have 2,500 to 5,000 to get a free cruise or discount off of a cruise, is what they say. He had 300, just over 300 points, and he got an offer today for free cruises from New York and from Long Beach. Of course, those are usually New York, Long Beach, and Australia are the first 3 that you get. He'll get others as well. But yeah, you might play just a little bit. I'm not telling you to, but I'm saying I see it all the time. I've seen it with my own eyes. Someone plays just a little bit, and they say, they play. Let's get them back on board. Yeah. Hello, Frankie. Yes, it's great to see you from Florida. Why do they make you buy the Cheers package for everyone in your cabin over 21 when only one person drinks? Skyla, that's a great question, but what it comes down to is money, money, money. They don't want you to share because some people, they would buy one package and share it between 2 people. Even though it's 15 drinks that they would share, it comes down to the money. They know that if one person drinks in the cabin quite a bit, the other person may drink just a little bit, may not drink at all, but they're going to use the non-alcoholic perks as well, that you're probably going to buy the package. It's not convenient for cruisers, but it's all about the Benjamins. Carnival Corporation and other cruise lines, they're in it to make money, right? They have people on Wall Street saying, here's what we expect you to make this quarter. It's all about the money. It is. Matt, it's great to see you. Hope that you and Kim are doing well. We need to message and set some time aside to catch up the next week or 2. Hope that you're doing well. Patrick, yes, hello. British Gary, good Sunday evening. Derek showing you support from Tampa, Florida. I'll be in Tampa in less than 24 hours. I guess we'll talk about that here in just a second as well. Doing too much traveling and not enough cruising. I can tell you that. It's a busy time. We don't have that here. Norma says, yep, I'm talking about those ducks. Long Beach Airport is so much easier to manage. It is. If you can fly into Long Beach, it's super easy. Southwest flies in a lot to the Long Beach Airport there. Happy cruising. Thank you so much for that super chat. We appreciate your support so much. We want to invite all of you, if you're not subscribed yet, to subscribe to the channel, be part of this community. There's all kinds of ways that you can support us. That is one way you can do so. Liking our videos, sharing our content across different groups that you're in is another one. And happy cruising as you did. Thank you for that support and the super chat. We appreciate that so much. Kevin, it's great to see you as well. I hope that you guys have been safe during some of the storms. Oklahoma, Missouri have had some wild storms in other parts of the country as well, tornadoes. And so I hope you guys have been well. Yeah, Europe 2025, Amber says. Let's look at it. Really, a lot of people would be surprised how affordable it is. Michelle, are you going to be on the group cruise? Norm, she will. Mike and Michelle, hopefully, will be there. We hope so. It's a different time. November 9th is a different time. Hopefully they'll be here. Looking at Europe, maybe in 2026, Will G says. That will be neat. A Euro group cruise. If we have enough interested to go on a European group cruise, I would love to do it. that would maybe make it easier, and it may convince some people who want to go, but maybe they're not confident in going. Maybe they don't think that they're going to know everything they need to know and to do everything they need to do. That might be an option, most definitely. The prices of cruises in Europe are extremely low. What makes the difference is the airfare, but it's not much more than a Caribbean cruise or an Alaskan cruise. A lot of times I'll tell people for Alaska, if you want a balcony, 2 people to Alaska is $5,000. That's a general rule. You can go to Europe for a week for 2 people with flights for $5,000, probably below actually $5,000. So, yeah, we could do that. We'd love to move our June dates to join you. Absolutely. I've been looking at that some. First Princess said no. Now they're opening back up to it a little bit. So we need to talk about that. Absolutely. Yep. I hope they don't mess up the Firenze. Hopefully not. They won't do it. I hope not. I dropped $2,000 on the Jubilee, Alex says, last week. Hopefully you get those sweet offers, right? Start getting the sweet offers. That would be really cool. When I say sweet, I'm not talking about SWEET. I'm talking about the big life, staying in the penthouse, okay? The big suite. Yep. I'm that person, $75 per person right now, Megan said. Yeah, so a little bit in the casino sometimes goes a long way. It makes the people who spend thousands in there like bonkers, but I've seen it over and over. I have. Yeah, Norma, we could do it. Absolutely. I'm writing about the history of the Carnival Breeze on my next article. Rick, that's going to be a great article. I cannot wait to see that one. The Breeze, I've said this for a long time, and I think now she is, because there's been some recent moves. The Breeze is the longest tenured ship at her home port right now. She has been in Galveston. I think it's 10 years that she has been in Galveston with no changes to move her. Matter of fact, when we were on board the Firenze talking to Kendall, and and the Breeze came up, and she was like, the Breeze is Galveston's ship. She just is. For some reason, those from Texas who live in Texas love sailing on her. And I, of course, agreed. We have been on the Breeze, I don't even know, 10 times probably. But I cannot wait to see that article, Rick. That's going to be good. It is. Let's see. Icon in 33 days, Bob. That's going to be a great cruise as well. We spent probably an hour this week talking about the Icon to Carnival executives. They had some questions. I knew we had been on her. They wanted to ask some questions. They wanted to do some compare, contrast. So we talked about the Icon with several Carnival executives, actually all the way to the top. I'll put it that way this week. So that was kind of neat as well, to be on a Carnival ship talking to Carnival executives about the Icon of the Seas. So that was cool. Yep. We have a Transatlantic in Europe booked for October of 25. That's the way to go if you can. One neat trip coming up. My schedule does not allow it. I think it is September of 2025. The Mardi Gras leaves Port Canaveral, goes to Spain for a dry dock. And it's like a 14, 15-day cruise. And then she'll be there for a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks in Spain. At the dry dock, where you could take a Mediterranean cruise, you could cruise Europe, and then she comes back to Port Canaveral. And we have like 3 or 4 clients booked on the Transatlantic over to Spain. One's going to cruise around Europe. One's just going to travel around Europe, and then they're booked on the Transatlantic back. So it's like a 6-week trip. Can you imagine an XL class ship for 14 or 15 days on a Transatlantic? That would be awesome. It really would. I wish I could go. Icon of the Seas, yes, Wayne says, absolutely. Whole family going in 33 days. It's going to be a blast. It really will. We'll touch base, Wayne. We need to before you hop on there. Breeze has been a long time here. We were on the Breeze during Hurricane Harvey. Yes, I remember that. I do. Like when she was doing 7 nights. I agree. I wish the Breeze was the 7-night ship out of Galveston, and the Dream was the 4 and 5 day ship. I have mentioned that to everyone that would listen to me that works for Carnival Cruise Line. Basically what I was told is that the Breeze generates more money on 4 and 5 nights because she's a little nicer, I think, and I guess money talks, right? She generates more money on a 4 and 5 night combined than she does as a 7-day ship. So that's why they put her as a 4 and 5 day, because they're making almost what they would in 2 7-day cruises. So again, the money talks, but I wish it was a 7-day ship. Yep. Do you know if the Aqua is going to bring back the Brazilian steakhouse? I don't know yet. I'm a little bit behind on the Aqua. I saw that she was floated out this week while I was in California, but I need to catch up there a little bit. So hopefully she does, but she looks beautiful. I do need to catch up on the Aqua and to see what's going on there, because it's about time they release some of that news as well while she's being floated out. Yep. Yeah, the Pride leaving Tampa. I know. I've had several emails about that this week, about the Pride leaving Tampa. We are booked on Mardi Gras for Transatlantic September 2025. Lisa, thank you for confirming. It's hard sometimes to recall facts like that, especially on the spot. But yeah, September 2025, Lisa's booked. May have to get with you on flights and a place to stay. We can help with that, most definitely. That's going to be an awesome trip. It really will. Transatlantic on an XL class ship. You can't beat it. Yep. And if you guys are interested in it, let me know. travel@bookislandtime.com. I don't mind to pull you a quote saying, hey, what can we do? One good thing about a transatlantic that I love, Trans-Pacific, you pay for airfare one way. Cut your airfare in half, literally. Whenever we flew to Barcelona last year to get on the Venezia and to come back to New York City, our airfare there was $403 per person. Cheap. We can do it, okay? We are doing a rare 9-day on the Mardi Gras next year in October. Yeah, there's a couple of those kind of rare cruises that they're doing. Also, the Miracle coming to Galveston, doing some like that. Rick says, hoping the Icon, the third ship in the class, is coming to Galveston. He keeps hearing rumors of that. Of course, Rick lives there in Galveston. He's very plugged in to everything cruising in Galveston. So we can cross our fingers there. If that happens, it will change the industry in Galveston, and that's the next big step, right? Royals Terminal was one step. MSC and their news, and that took a while, for it to come to fruition, but their new terminal is a step. The Jubilee coming was a step. Norwegian sending the Prima, and the next year, the Viva was a next step. Princess sailing was a next step. What's the next big step? It really comes from Royal, I think, and it could be an Icon class ship. So we'll see. Many people upset the Wonder of the Seas is not going to sell from Galveston, and it may be, but she's not going to sell because the third Icon class ship will sell. We'll see. We'll see about that. Yep. Yeah, I didn't even have an option to skip the commercial. I'm sorry. I need to add the Red Frog Pub to the Dream. I agree with that. The Magic, Carnival Magic was the first ship with a Red Frog Pub. Even though the Magic is in the Dream class, the Dream is older, and they've still, all these years later, they have the art studio there. And I would think, surely, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but I would think that a bar, a Red Frog Pub, would generate more revenue than the art studio. I may be wrong. I don't know. But I would think that the bar generates more revenue, and that sometime over the last, how many dry docks has she had? 3 or 4? That they would have said, yeah, she's, the studio is out. We're moving the bar in. I agree. I don't get it at all. Love the Breeze. Want to go on her next year. April says, yes. Larry, we're doing great. Staying busy, of course, but we really are doing great tonight. It's great to spend some time with all of you and to catch up and talk about cruising and everything. We're halfway in the show, and I haven't even got to discuss my recent travels. We'll do that here in just a minute. Yeah, the Royal Terminal is, and I think it's shore power ready, Rick, for Icon. Yep. Let's talk about a little bit. I know there's been some interest here. We have so much content to share with you regarding our trip on the Carnival Firenze. I'll start from the beginning of the week here. Of course, if you have questions or comments, keep them coming. I will pause every now and then and look at those. Get rid of that art studio. So last Monday at 6 p.m., I flew from Arkansas to Los Angeles, LAX. It was a nightmare to get out of there. To get to where I needed to pick up my rental car to, but I made it to Long Beach late in the night, around midnight last Monday. I woke up on Tuesday, took off from work, no work on Tuesday. The Firenze arrived at port on Tuesday. I got on the ship on Tuesday. No one else was on the ship, and I can't say much about it because I can't, but that's it. I got on Tuesday. I was the first person in North America, other than Carnival Cruise Line employees and contractors, to step foot on the ship. We stayed on there all day. No food beverage service, no drink service. That was it. We were just there. And I recorded my ship tour then. It was interesting to see them still getting the ship set up. they were still unwrapping the loungers, the plastic and the cardboard off the loungers. You will see that in my ship tour video. But we shot the ship tour on Tuesday, stayed on all day, um, saw a lot of people that we wanted to see, and then we got off about 4 o'clock. I got off the ship. I had the rental car. I drove to Huntington Beach and Corona Del Mar Beach, about an hour, hour and a half. Just took a drive along the coast. I'd never been to California. And I wanted to see. I wanted to go all the way to San Diego, but it was too far away. That was Tuesday night. I woke up Wednesday at 4 a.m. Pacific time. I called Amanda. It was 6 o'clock at home. Usually I'm up by that time, so my body said it was time to get up. But that was Wednesday at 4 a.m. started my longest journey of being awake ever. When I woke up Wednesday at 4 a.m., I stayed up for 43 hours straight. I didn't know that until I laid in bed Thursday night, and Amanda gave me a kiss. She said, "I love you." I said, "Dang, I've been gone from home for a couple of days, and all of a sudden I get a quick kiss right when I get into bed." She said, "No, I know you're going to fall asleep pretty quick. You called me Wednesday at 4 a.m., and you've been up since then." And I did the math. I said, "Oh my gosh, I've been up for 43 hours. Let's talk about the 43 hours. It was crazy." I'll pause here just to see if there's anything. Yeah, keep your questions coming and comments. There was no drink service when I was on there Tuesday. Yeah, no, because there were no passengers Tuesday. There was no other media Tuesday. It was me, really. I mean, when you see the ship tour, you'll see there's no one there. Everyone you see are workers. So yeah, I brought my own drinks. They advised me, if you want some snacks, bring your snacks. If you want something to drink, bring your drink. But I woke up Wednesday at 4 a.m. I worked all day because the naming ceremony wasn't until 4 o'clock p.m. West Coast time. So worked all day. The hotel was very nice. Stayed at the Hilton close to the port. I would recommend them a million times over and over again. The Hilton there, it's in the financial district. They were great and let me have like a 3 o'clock checkout, which is insane. Didn't charge me a penny for it. And they were about 10 minutes away from the ship. And so I got to the ship about 2:30, I would say, on Wednesday. I was able to go through the line early. There was no line at that time, but I needed to record some stuff. We got on board before 4 o'clock. And this is the media. This is travel agents. These are Carnival Corporation and Carnival Cruise Line people, local people, all of them on board. It was not as big of an event as the Jubilee. I'll say that. It was, probably 700 or 800 people for the naming ceremony. And so, yeah, 43 hours I didn't even know it. And I wasn't really tired. I went to bed like at 11 something p.m. Thursday because I knew I needed to. But Amanda said, "Yeah, you've been up 43 hours." But Major Dream Dry Dock, February 7th, 2026. Maybe. Thank you so much for sharing that. Maybe the Red Frog Pub will be added. Alert getting amped up. Absolutely coming back. That will be good. So here we go. Let's talk about the 43-hour stint. Like I said, I worked all day. I got on the ship at 4 o'clock. We had about an hour there to walk around, to see everything. They had it's open bar for everybody. We got a wristband. Every bar is open. They have samples at the steakhouse. They have samples at Bonsai Sushi. They have everywhere is open. I spent some time on Serenity. I recorded some things that I needed to because the areas weren't ready on Tuesday, so I needed to record like the ropes course area and things like that I couldn't get to on Tuesday. The naming ceremony started like at 5 or 5:30. And so I got into the theater, had a great seat. I was literally I was on the side, but I was front row. John Hill sat about 10 feet from me, and I'll share this with you. So John comes into the room. His name is on the back of his chair. And I was like, dang, he's going to be sitting pretty close. And I knew, too, he was the MC. But he comes in. Before he sits down, I don't yell, but I said, "Hi, John. Hey, John, how are you?" He turns around and he sees me. He walks over to me. I never met John Hill before, so I stick up my hand and I say, "Hello, John. My name's Derek Phillips from Island Time." And he said, "I know exactly who you are." And I was like, okay, because that could be taken two ways, right? That could be positive or negative. He said, we're about to kick off the show, and I've got the first act or whatever. I'm coming to find you after the show's over. And he turns around and leaves. And I was like, whoa, okay. You never know. John's history with YouTubers and bloggers and things like that. So we go through the show. The show is outstanding. If you haven't watched it, go back. Joey, the cruise director, and John Hild are fabulous together. They were remarkable. Joey, who, lit up the room. He was hilarious. A lot of these ideas that we saw on stage were his ideas. He is an unbelievable cruise director. Of course, he's engaged to Kendall Fire, and people love Kendall, but Joey is right there with them and is going to provide such a great experience for those who cruise with him. And so I hope you guys are enjoying the story because I spend a lot of time on it. So the event goes off without a hitch, right? We have the naming ceremony, and Jonathan gets up there, and they make him Italian, and they pour the champagne over the bell, and all of a sudden the ceremony's over, right? Everyone, right after the ceremony, it was supposed to be dinner time. We're supposed to go from the theater at the forward part of the ship all the way to the dining room. And right when everything ends, I kind of get out of my aisle, and Joey is standing there. And I talked to Joey. Joey and I know each other. I said, man, you killed that. That was unbelievable. Like, what you did was so entertaining. It was spot on. It was a good balance of being serious and honoring those traditions you need to, and also being funny. And what you and John did was great. Like, this was fantastic. You killed it. What a start. And he was relieved. So it was neat to see him. I know he's probably nervous for that. He was relieved. So I talked to Joey for a while, and Kendall came downstairs. Kendall sat upstairs for the naming ceremony. I had a seat open by me, but she wanted Joey to have her moment. She was very sweet, very kind. Wanted Joey to have her moment, and so I said hello to Kendall. We took a couple of pictures there, and then right after that, John Hill, just like he said, hey, I want to talk to you after the show. And so John walked up to me, and again I told him, like, awesome job. What you and Joey did up there was fabulous. It was great. And I gave him a thank you from everyone who follows us and everyone who books their travel through us. There's so many people who follow him. He has an impression and an impact on the cruise industry, not just through Carnival Cruise Line. And I know he hears that, but I wanted him to hear that from me. So I thanked him and said, you still have a big impact on all things cruising. People still cruise because of you. You generate millions of dollars of revenue. I don't even know how you recognize it, but Carnival hopefully knows that you generate all kinds of money for them. And he says, I wanted to find you after the show. He said, I only kind of follow. I don't think he watches every day, but a couple of YouTubers. He said, you're one of them. He gave me one of the best compliments I've ever received. He said, Derek, you're fair. What you do in your daily shows is fair. And that is huge. That's one thing that I pride myself on, is being fair. Don't blow stories out of proportion. Don't make mountains out of molehills. Don't blow things up just to get viewers. When something's negative, don't make it more negative. When something is good, don't make it better than it is. He said, you're fair. And he said, I respect you for that. I appreciate for that. And he thanked me for what I do and trying to get out what is true out there. And he thanked me as well, of course, for being a travel advisor, but he spent most of the time on the content that we share. And that was huge for me to hear. That's what you want to hear. You're fair. You are fair in what you do. So he thanked me for that. So that was really cool. And Alex said, I would have melted inside. Yep. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Again, I know this is a lot. Some of us like the art. It can be moved to other venues. Yes, that is so amazing. Jen, Truth. Yeah, so that was a neat moment there, and we took a couple of pictures together. He went on and gave me his personal contact information. Said, if you need anything for you personally, he said, I know you're a huge cruiser yourself, much less what you do content-wise, much less what you do travel agency-wise. If I can ever do anything for you, here's my contact information. He went that far. So that was big for me, to be able to meet him and to get that, get that reassurance that, hey, what you're doing is what you need to be doing. And he mentioned that, don't be afraid to chase this with everything you have. He said, I know you give a lot to it, but you give a lot to other things as well. Don't be afraid to chase this. So I was so appreciative of that. at the time that he shared with me. Again, this is while everyone else is going to dinner. And so I would love to meet John Hild and you. Thank you very much, Deanna. Is anyone on the Firenze in February? Maybe, Jason. There might be some. Yes, Nadine. It was really cool. It was. And I ran into him even later in the night as well and talked to him a little bit more. But he was great. Then after that was Christine Duffy. She was standing there. And of course, I wanted to congratulate her on her Lifetime Achievement Award that she had just been given by the CLA, Cruise Line International Association. It's a huge honor. And so I spoke with her, congratulated her on that, and congratulated her as well, because before COVID, Carnival Cruise Line had 27 cruise ships. Of course, during COVID, they had to scrap several of them. And with the arrival and adoption of the Firenze, now they have 27 again. And so I thanked her, of course. And Christine, we've sailed on the Venezia together. I saw her at the Jubilee naming ceremony. So we've seen each other, and this was pretty cool. Whenever I walked up to Christine, her assistants are there with her. I said, "Hello, Christine, how are you?" And she said, "Where's your wife?" And that meant a lot to me as well. But to be associated someone in her mind, when she saw me, she knew that Amanda was supposed to be with me. So that meant a lot to me as well. And I had to share where Amanda was. And she kind of said the same thing John did. You need to quit what you're doing, other things. You need to focus on this. And so I thought that was pretty cool. But she shared, asked where Amanda was. And then we talked about, what's ahead. There's a lot. There is a lot ahead. I'm telling you right now. Buckle up. And it's not in the near future. It's not. We're talking 27, the next XL class ships and beyond. Just buckle up. Okay. I thanked her for all her work in getting, this is the 5th new cruise ship, like in 18 months. As a travel advisor, the more product you have, the more product you can sell. So I thanked her for that, of course. The more content we can create and the more news there is. And so she was so nice and generous with her time. And we enjoyed getting to see her and take a couple of pictures with her. And so it was a good hour thereafter where we got to speak to everyone there. And there were several others that aren't the big names, but people that we've got to know over the years. And then we had dinner together. Dinner was great. I had a filet mignon and sat with some people that we know very well that work for Carnival. And then after dinner was free time from about 8:30 to 10:30. You could explore the ship. The ship was open. Live entertainment was going. The bars were open. Drinks were free. It was so cool because it was like I was on a cruise ship at night. And I needed that for just a second. And that is probably why when I got home, I didn't realize I was up for 43 hours. It's because for a good 6 of them during that time, I lost reality. And so let me pause there before I go, because that's not even all 43 hours. Happy cruising. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Rayleigh, thank you so much. I've been telling you all this since I met you, Lito. You're right about that. Not the first time I've heard some of this, okay? I will give all of you credit. You guys have said this before, but it's when you try to do things the right way and you hope that people at the top see it. You want them to see that you work hard and that you're fair. And that meant a lot to me. And so loved hearing that story. Thank you, Ember. John, thank you so much. Usnavi, I appreciate that so much. Spring break cruise and the dice was thrown off the table. The woman with the blackjack didn't ask you where Amanda was. You're right about that. That lady, she was crazy. Larry, thank you so much. So that's part of the hours here. Okay. So until 10:30, it's free. I meet back up with, first off, I'm walking by out of the Terrazza area, and there's a little bar there by the Tuscan Lounge, and I hear, "Are you just going to walk by without saying hello?" And I'm like, they're not talking to me. And I turn around, and it's this lady who has a deep voice that was on the Venezia at the same bar, who made Amanda and I berry sangrias for 15 days. And there she is. And I had a special moment there. She asked where Amanda was. She said, "Can I make you a berry sangria?" I said, "How do you remember this?" And she's like, don't discount my memory. I'm, okay. And she made 2 berry sangrias, one for me, one for Amanda. I FaceTime Amanda and they get to say hello. And so here I am double fisting, walking down and go to Amari, which is like Alchemy, and it's the same place as it is on the Vista class right there. And Kendall and Joey are there. We'd planned to meet up there after, and I gave my other berry sangria away. Let several people try it, and they all loved it. The berry sangria from the bar by the lounge on the Venezia and the Firenze is the best that you'll ever have. Trust me, hands down. And then I spent probably an hour and a half with Kendall and Joey as friends. It was so cool. We're sitting at the bar, enjoying drinks. Joey is relaxed because you can think of all the buildup he's had and the ceremony's done. We just get to hang out as friends. And yes, we talked cruising, but we also did not talk cruising. And of course, people came up to say hello, and they said hello to everybody and took pictures. And I interviewed Joey, or released that interview yesterday. It's so neat to see them be so successful and to feed off of each other. And so we had fun there for a good at least hour and longer than an hour, just talking as friends. And even at one point I was like, Kendall, Joey, I'm gonna go. You guys hadn't seen each other in forever. Kendall, you're getting off the ship in the morning. Like, y'all need some time together. Go find somewhere. And they were like, no, when's the last time we got to do this? I was like, well, we've never done this. They were like, exactly. Stay, drink, have fun. So we enjoyed that. The night was almost over. We're supposed to get off the ship at 10:30. There was a comedy show. I went to a comedy show that had maybe 20 people in it. I'll post some pictures this week. I took pictures of the lounge. I thought, how's this comedian going to do this with 20 people in here? And he did. It was a comedian actually that was on the Jubilee when we were there in March. The man with the mustache, the curled up mustache. He was hilarious. He was. So Will G. Kendall was my camera person. Yeah, Kendall actually was the camera person for that interview. And she was the one that said, Derek, why don't you interview Joey real quick? We kind of have a break here and there's not many people. Why don't you interview Joey real quick? And so she is his biggest fan. It's so cool to see. It's the way things should happen for sure. There is no Red Frog Pub, Lalia. Jolie, hello. You've missed. I'm in the middle of a never-ending story. I hope everyone's enjoying it. Derek and Amanda, I'm so glad I found your channel during COVID. Jason, thank you so much. So in short, 10:30, we have to get off the ship. And I get off the ship like I'm supposed to at 10:30. And I was invited by Carnival to stay the night. During the day, it came about. I said, Derek, you need a cabin. It's going to be a long day. You're covering it all. The bars are open. We want to give you a place to stay, which I thought was very nice of them. They weren't doing that for a lot of people on there. Carnival, if you worked for Carnival, you had a room there. But I said, I can't do that. And they're like, why? I said, well, I'm leaving the ship at 10:30 and I'm going to the airport because my flight is at 12:45 a.m. So that's where the story continues. I go to the airport from Long Beach. I drive my rental car back. And yes, I was safe to drive. I never would do anything like that. Made it to the airport at 12, whatever. I took off at 12:45. I landed in Dallas, Texas at 5:30 a.m. I took off from Dallas at around 7 a.m. Thursday morning. I landed in Little Rock at 8:15, and at 9 o'clock, I was at my daytime job. I badged in, and it was Thursday morning at my daytime job, and I worked there until 5. And then I came home, and we had baseball practice. Went to baseball practice. Finally got home about 7. Played with the kids, of course. They wanted to play. They missed Dad. And then at 11 something is when I crawled into bed, and Amanda said, you've been up for 43 hours from 4 a.m. Wednesday until that. So that's the story. 43. I couldn't believe it, and would not have known it unless Amanda had said something about it. But what a trip, a short trip, Monday night to really Wednesday nights when I flew back. Short trip, but got so much accomplished, and I have so much to share. The ship tour should be out Tuesday. I'm going to say Tuesday. I still have, I've got everything. I've got the video done, transitions done, music about 80%, and I have voiceovers left to do. So Tuesday, you will get your 1-hour ship tour of the Venezia. And then I have vlogs. I've made vlogs and spent my entire time with a camera in my face. You guys have asked for it. They are not made yet. but I have made vlogs of this entire trip. So the 43 hours that I shared with you, you'll see all the events. Now, I was not tracking time. I wish I would have known. I would have said, okay, I've been up 24 hours. I've been up 30 hours. I've been up 36 hours. And I hate to fly and I don't sleep on flights. So I was up all night. Matter of fact, I had my MacBook in front of me. I was the guy I know people didn't like because all the lights were off and my screen was as dim as it could be. But you'll get to see all those hours. Again, I didn't know that I was up that long. I wish I would have because I'd have mentioned it on the vlogs. Yep. Norma says, good night, Wayne. Thank you so much. Look back in the comments. Let me see. I have a question for you. I think that I could bring a Kindle Fire, a special cornhole game for St. Jude. If it's full, you can, yeah, absolutely. You can, even if it's a large size, maybe a struggle to get on the ship. But she probably would maybe sign something like that and auction it off at the group for St. Jude. And so, yep, Lalila, I know. Amazing trip, Coach says. It was an awesome trip. You got to hustle, right? You got to work. You got to grind. I tell people all the time. People say, I don't know how you do it. Well, you keep going. You keep going. That's what you do. Friday, I got up, did not sleep in. I went to work again, and here I am. So, spectacular accounting of an awesome trip. Absolutely. You guys are going to see it all. That's the thing about it. These vlogs will show you everything. The ship tour, I cannot wait to show you. It's going to be fantastic. If you've sailed on the Venezia, it will look very familiar to you. But the eerie thing, it was eerie when I was on board. There's no one there. We'll see crew members every now and then, but they're bringing the loungers on with a crane. They're unwrapping the loungers. You guys will see it. It will be cool. It'll be out on Tuesday. So thank you, sir, for sharing these stories. You inspire me as a travel advisor and as a content creator. You are most welcome. I truly believe when one of us is successful, we are all successful. I believe that to my core. It's something that Tony and I at Lele de Loca discussed not too long ago. It is the truth. Looking forward to it. Jolie, of course, Derek and Amanda, this is why we all follow you and love working with you. Y'all are the real deal and someone I look up to for sure. Alex, I appreciate that. The same can be said about you too. There's people kind of in this industry and that do things like this, and maybe they don't do things the right way. I don't always do them the right way, but what you see is what you get. And there's a lot of people right now that are on this live that could tell you that. I could say I met Derek in person and love him or hate him. If you see him on video, that's what you get. You can like that, you cannot like it, but that is it. There's not a different person. And so it was an awesome trip. Absolutely. It sounds crazy, but I'm glad you guys had a good time. I appreciate that. Great story, Don says. Yes, Derek, your youngest client would like to say hello. Oh my gosh. Klein, hello. Hope that you're doing well and that you get to cruise soon. I bet that you do. I know your grandparents. I bet that you do. Yeah, wow. It was an amazing trip. So what's ahead is this week. Tomorrow, I've got to fly to Tampa. And this is for my daytime job. It's a short trip, Monday through Wednesday. I'll be back home Wednesday. I don't like being gone like this 2 weeks in a row, but there is no choice. So I'll be in Tampa for just a couple of days, and then we'll be back home, hopefully for a while. And the focus starts to turn to our July trip on the Sun Princess. We have a lot left to do as far as planning. And also we're looking for something in June. I don't know if it's going to be a cruise. I don't know if we can unplug long enough to go on a cruise. We have a lot of baseball in June. There's like one weekend that it works. And so we're going to go to, I don't even know. We might take a 4-day cruise. Max would be 4 days, or go to the beach or something like that. Bob, thank you so much. Thank you for creating this awesome Island Time community. Thank you, Jolie, for that. I appreciate it. You guys inspire me. Hopefully I can inspire you just a little bit. You have to tell me when you get to Galveston next time. Absolutely. Yeah, Jen, it was great meeting you. It really was. I appreciate that so much. Bet you on the Jubilee, Bill says, in March. Yes, absolutely. We love to meet those in this community. Also, I wanted to mention, too, there's something else I wanted to mention. See if I can remember it. Maybe so, maybe not. June. I mentioned June. Let me look here. No, I was going to talk about trip insurance, but we won't talk about that. Oh, Dallas. We'll talk about Dallas here in a second. From the first videos during COVID to getting back to cruising, those first videos were bad. Lido, they were bad, but there was a hunger and thirst for cruising, so I guess people would watch anything. Stealing the appetizer in Galveston, visiting you in Arkansas and Kansas, been a fun ride. Can't wait to see what's next. You're right about that. And Carnival hinted at that as well. Several Carnival executives said, Derek, in the next 5 or 8 years, we fully expect that you'll charter a ship, a Spirit class ship. And I told Coach earlier, I wanted to laugh when they said that. And this is the highest of the highest. Said in 5 to 8 years, you're going to have a chartered ship. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? A chartered ship? And they started talking about, well, if you charter a ship, here's what we can do. Your Island Time logo can be imprinted on the napkins at dinner. Your Island Time logo will be on the sign and sell card of everyone that's on board. I mean, they started talking about details of it. And I'm like, you guys are dreaming bigger than I am. We'll see what happens, right? We dream big, we pursue, but they've got a lot of faith in us, I can tell you that. How did you like Lido Deck on the Firenze? It is the same as Venezia. I like it personally, but there are a lot of people who don't because there's no Red Frog rum bar, there's no Blue Iguana tequila bar. Rococo's is there for your drinks. Tomadoro is there. As a restaurant, Guy's Burger is there. Of course, it's got the covering if it needs to be covered. There's not as many loungers and things like that, but I'm okay with it. But some people, they do not like it. They will not sell those two ships because of that. A charter cruise would be awesome. It would. Do you still have rooms available for the New Year's cruise? We do. Kendall and I spent some time around that topic as well. It's going to be fantastic. But yeah, we're going New Year's December the 28th from Galveston on the Jubilee. Kendall Fire will be the cruise director, and many of the cast and characters that you see here will be there. Still plenty of time to save up. We'll figure out how we pay it off, but you will want to be there. New Year's on a cruise is something special, and that is the next cruise that we have scheduled with no kids. So our undivided attention and what we want to do is what is going to go. We're excited about that. John, I appreciate that so much. That's a great honor for them to see you in that light. It is, Nadine. Chris, do they give out cowboy hats on the Jubilee? They did for the inaugural, the first 2 or 3 cruises. They gave out those Jubilee inaugural cowboy hats, but they don't anymore. And so hope you can make this your full-time deal. I hope so. We'll see what happens with it. We're working towards that, of course. Got to be able to pay bills at the end of the day, right? All of us have to. And so we're not there yet, but hopefully we'll get there. And the first step is Amanda leaving maybe her job. So I do want to share, we enjoy cruising. We really do. I wanted to share this as well. We enjoy live music. And I say that a lot on this show. Amanda and I have been blessed to be able to go to dozens and dozens of concerts over the years. And it looks like everything is working out where we'll be in Dallas, Texas to see Kenny Chesney. You can laugh if you want, although we may have a lot of the people that enjoy cruising and this lifestyle probably enjoy the music of Kenny Chesney. But and Lito Tito may have to keep me honest here. May the 11th, I think it is. May the 11th, Arlington, Texas, Cowboys Stadium. Lito Tito and Usnavi are doing everything they can to make it to Arlington, Texas. We're going to try to do the same. We'll tailgate there for a little bit. I know that we have a big Texas following, so I wanted to mention it. If anyone is going to see Kenny Chesney and Zach Brown Band and Megan Maroney and Uncle Cracker, maybe we'll see you there. That's kind of our next, besides Tampa this week, that's our next little trip there. And Alex lives close. So that may be something Alex can meet us at. But yeah, I'll be in the Jubilee this time next week. That flew by. That flew by. It will. Lito, I'm in just as long as you have an alchemy bar. Yes. We will have some Blue Chair Bay flowing. I can promise you that on that trip. May 11th. So May 11th is what it is. Yep. So we're excited about that. Trying to get everything finalized. I am a planner, and right now we can't plan a thing. Like, I don't even know what's next. So, but we're excited about that. I tried to win tickets on Vet Tix for that concert, but wasn't lucky. Will G, if you end up going, and there are some seats as low as $25. When we go, I'm usually this close to the stage. Lito Tito and Usnavi can tell you. When I have a drink, I set it on the stage. But I can help you get those seats for face value. I can't get them for free, but yeah, Alex is going to be in Alaska. That's right. Dadgummit. I think we already talked about that before. Coach, it's going to be a good show. It really is. I've seen Kenny 30 or 40 times. I have no clue. I interviewed Kenny Chesney on CMT a decade ago. I interviewed him, but I need to find that video sometime and post it. Anyway, it is the top of the hour. I wish they could have an alcoholic package that was half the price with half the drinks, Robert. I know, and they talk about that often, so maybe something will be done there. Come up north for next weekend. I think it's Minneapolis, maybe. Is that where maybe they're going? I think it is. Yeah. It's going to be a heck of a show, I can tell you that. And so they just finished. They opened last weekend in Tampa. They were in Charlotte yesterday. And then, they're Coach's Way. Yep. That's it. I'm canceling Alaska. I would love it. It's going to be a blast. And we will be like very, very close. And so we're going to go down on Friday and come back on Sunday, but it's going to be fun. Yep. Steve is at the comedy club, but wanted to say hi, Linda. Tell Steve I said hello. I hope that you guys are having a blast on board. They are on a Transatlantic right now on the Glory coming back. And so, yep. Board the Vista on Saturday. That is awesome. Will G, we can help you out. We've been looking at it for a couple of days, and we're just now really ready to book everything. I think we're going to get Airbnb right by the stadium. And so, yeah, if you guys want to go, just let me know. We're on celebration for June 9th for our first back-to-back. That will be great. Best place to stay at the port of Galveston. TJ, there's a lot of places to stay. We enjoy Harbor House, which is right by the port. We also enjoy a couple other places on Seawall Boulevard. There's a Holiday Inn Express there. If you're looking for a place with value for your money, it's not extremely high. And then the San Luis, if you want to like splurge and really stay somewhere nice, they've got a pool with a swim-up bar that we would recommend. We've stayed at all those places before. Guys, if we can help you with your upcoming travel, let us know. We are going to be working all week. I will be in Tampa, and so I'll have nothing to do but sit in the hotel room and work. So if we can help you plan your next cruise, or if you booked a cruise recently and you want us to manage it, it's completely free. Shoot us an email, travel@bookislandtime.com. We would love to help you out and to live your journey through you. Z, we're about to hop off. We have had a full hour. It's been a fun hour. I enjoyed sharing my journeys this past week with you. Robert, we can help you with Hawaii. We have planned, I don't know how many Hawaiian trips, both cruises and resorts. Just let us know. We could do that. Book my first Princess cruise on the Regal. That's a great option from Galveston. That will be fun. Boarding Adventure, May 18th for back-to-back. That will be fun as well. Danny, you are most welcome, guys. I had a great hour. It went by way too fast. Hopefully, we will be back in our cadence of going live on Sunday nights. We do have baseball sometimes, and we've been winning a lot of games, which is great. But a lot of times we don't get home on Sundays till 6 or 7. So we'll try to get back in this cadence here where we go live on Sunday or Monday. We need this time together. I know that I need it, and I hope you enjoy it. Have a great week, everyone. We have lots of content to share with you. I can't wait to share these vlogs. They will not be perfect, as they were my first vlogs to make, but I will show you everything I can show you. So, guys, have a great week. We'll talk to you tomorrow, probably. We'll have a show record tomorrow before we head out to Tampa. Talk to you soon right here on Island Time.